Hi, I'm Sean Reardon, Mayor of Newburyport, and welcome to the latest holiday edition of the Mayor's Corner. Merry Christmas, everyone. So this will be my last Mayor's Corner of the year. We're going to start back up again in January. So let's make it a good one, okay? So first, I hope everyone's having a great holiday season here in Newburyport. We do have a couple things coming up, right? So the Chamber of Commerce has added a fourth invitation night on Friday, okay? So they've already had 3. They're adding the 4th. It's the last weekend. I can tell you I have not got even a dent of my shopping done. Luckily, I have a wonderful, beautiful, and talented wife at home that has been doing most of the shopping for me, but now I got to go out there and finish it. So I will be out there shopping on Friday and Saturday and Sunday, hopefully mostly down here local with our local shops here in Newburyport. But this 4th invitation night is just another great opportunity to get out, do some shopping, do some socializing, visit our restaurants and shops downtown. It should be a great night. Also on that night is the Santa Parade, all right? So last year I got to participate in the first Santa Parade that the fire department puts on. So this happens on Friday. It starts at 4 o'clock. Santa rides around Newburyport on a ladder truck, okay? The truck leaves the fire station at 4 p.m. and then it proceeds to go down High Street to Marlborough Street, down to Water Street, and then into town. Makes a quick stop at Market Square for a little bit. We had a huge crowd there last year, so Santa got to see all the kids. And then we get back on the truck and then we go out through the city. So if you're not familiar with this or you don't know the route, go to cityofnewburyport.com and go into the news section, and we have a whole section about what the route is that Santa takes. And I got to tell you, Santa's obviously going to be very busy next Monday, so he doesn't hit every neighborhood in Newburyport. So there's a specific route that they take. So if you're not on the parade route, you can definitely go to one of these other locations and you'll see Santa come by. It's great. The police are involved. The fire department's involved. They hand out candy to kids along the route. I marched the whole route with them last year, so I plan on doing it again this year. It was a lot of fun marching through town. I'll have my candy cane suit coat on, so you'll see me. But so take a look at that. So it's 4 o'clock on Saturday, and again, they go all through town. And if you want to follow him along the route, if you're on Facebook, go to Facebook and go to the Newburyport Fire Department page, and they update you as they go and kind of give you a heads up that they're on the way. So it's a great event, so I can't wait to do that. So what else is going on in the city? Well, we had a pretty significant storm on Monday, rain and wind, but it was the most wind I have seen outside of a hurricane. It was really incredible, and I didn't really have a whole lot of warning that it was coming. You know, it's funny when these events are going to happen. National Grid reaches out and gives you a heads up. So I did get that on Sunday night, but it wasn't on my radar that this was happening on Monday. And then when it started, like, oh my goodness. So we did have a lot of significant trees and branches down around the town. We had a couple neighborhoods, up by the hospital, had a massive tree come down on North Atkinson Street, massive tree, Toppins Lane. The Plum Island lost power for a long time. So there were parts of the city that lost power for a significant amount of time. One neighborhood they were saying not till Thursday, so today was when they were supposed to get their power back, and luckily they got it a few days earlier. So I just want to give a huge shout out to National Grid for being very, very responsive. I would say about National Grid, every storm that I've been a part of since taking office, they have been right there with updates and information. And again, it's not hard for me to get information and get that information out to residents. So I appreciate National Grid. And God, they turned around a lot of these fixes really quickly with some significant damage to power lines around town. So thank you, National Grid. And thank you to the DPS that went around and tried to help pick up as well. So because of that, I want everyone to know on Saturday, because we just had this massive wind and rainstorm, and we had so much debris from trees and things like that blowing around, we are opening back up the yard waste facility on Colby Farm Lane. So that'll be open on Saturday from 8 to 2 p.m. You do not need a sticker. This is just on the city. We're going to open it up for just that one day. If you've got some little pickups that you want to do and you want to come down and drop it off at the yard waste facility, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday. Again, you don't need a sticker. Just come on down, drop it off, and we can take care of that for you. Also, around the holiday, so trash next week, because we have Christmas on Monday, so all your trash will be pushed today, right? So if you usually have trash on Monday, now it's on Tuesday, all the way down to Saturday. The only part of town that doesn't affect is just immediately downtown, and that's no different than any other holiday. So, but everyone else, your day is going to get bumped a whole day, all right? So for me, I'm a Wednesday guy. I'm going to have to have my trash out on Thursday. What else is going on? It's pretty quiet besides that. I will say, because I've been talking about it on every Mayor's Corner since September, I will talk about Whittier. So the Whittier School Building Project is moving forward. Okay, the vote is taking place on January 23rd. And when I say the vote, that means all 11 communities that feed into the Whittier School District, right? There's 3 cities and 8 towns. We're one of the cities. Will be voting on whether or not we move forward with this $500 million school project that's currently being proposed by Whittier, okay? So that's happening on January 23rd. All our regular polling places, okay? It's like a regular election, but except that it's going to be running from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., all right? And we're going to have a press release. We're going to send this out to residents about voting information, okay? So you'll have all of that. But the important thing here is you just got to go out and vote, okay? That's the biggest thing. So the vote's on January 23rd. I'm going to have an op-ed talking about how I'm voting on the project, so that'll be coming out in the paper probably next week. I have it done. I just haven't submitted it yet. And we just set up a information session night for Newburyport. We're going to have it January 9th. It's going to be at the Rupert A. Knock Middle School. So in their auditorium, big auditorium, I'm inviting all 11 communities to send people to come and hear about how would this project impact cities and towns. Unfortunately, we've invited Whittier. As of right now, they're declining to come, which is disappointing because originally when this all started, and again, we've talked about this before, right? We didn't have all the 11 cities and towns we weren't part of this process at all. This process that started back in 2016, and then they got into the Massachusetts School Building Authority program, MSBA, in 2019, and now we're at the point now that project has been approved to go to vote, all right? So now we're going to the vote in January, but we weren't involved in any of that, right? So basically, they put a group together and came up with a plan for a $500 million school with no oversight, with no people saying, hey, how are we going to pay for that? Or I wonder what Newburyport, Salisbury, Rowley, Newbury, West Newbury, I wonder what they all think about this project. Is this something that they could afford? None of that has happened. So all that has happened is that a separate committee outside of all these cities and towns have put together a plan for a pretty awesome school. But like I said, this isn't about the school and the program and what Whittier does. This is about the financial feasibility of a plan when you don't involve the people that have to pay for it. This is exactly what it is, okay? So anyways, so we've decided to set up an information night. We invited Whittier. They've already declined. They sent a letter to decline. They didn't call up. They didn't send me a text. They didn't just send an email. They actually filled out a letter and told us that they weren't going to come. So anyways, this is disappointing because they had information sessions set up in all the communities, and then they got through 3 of them, and some of them were very negative, and so they decided to cancel all of them. So that's where we're at with that. So we're still going to go ahead and have it. I think it's important for the region to come together and hear about the particulars of the project, the cost breakdowns, what happens if a yes vote happens, which essentially to me is a blank check for this school because it's already said, it's written in the way the warrant is written for this project. Any cost overages over the MSBA allotment, which is 63% of the $500 million project. But if they go over that, then they're just saying that they're going to leave it up to cities and towns. So really, it's kind of a soft number. It's a huge number, but it's really soft. It could go up from there, which is just crazy. So anyways, that's where we're at. So the September 9th, spread the word. Come here to Newburyport. We're going to talk about the project. We're going to talk about what it means for Newburyport, and I'm inviting the rest of the communities to come as well and talk about the impacts this project could have on their cities and towns as well, right? Because again, either we vote it and we decide we're all going to raise taxes and help pay for it over the next 30 years, or it gets declined, right? And then at least if we vote no, then we probably have more options to have either Whittier go back to the drawing board or for cities and towns to work together to see what are the other options here, because I don't think it's as a clear-cut, vote yes and not. I think a vote no definitely gives cities and towns more options to work with Whittier on a plan to move forward. So that's where we're at with that. Real quick, the inauguration for city councilors and school committee members is going to be January 2nd here at City Hall, 7 p.m. in City Council chambers. We'll swear in the city councilors first. They'll open a quick operational meeting to organize, and then they'll close, and then we'll swear in the 3 new school committee members. We'll open up a quick meeting there as well. organize committees, and elect a vice chair, and then we'll close. So it's a really nice, quicker ceremony than the years where there's a mayor getting elected. So it's a little bit smaller, a little bit more intimate, but still great for all those city councilors and school committee members. So we're looking forward to that on January 2nd. And finally, I remember there's no corner next week. I'm going to take a couple days. We have, Christmas on Monday. I gave the city employees the Tuesday off for a holiday, and then Wednesday, the 27th, is my daughter Sadie's 16th birthday, sweet 16. So I'm taking that off. We've got a fun day planned, and then I'll be in the office Thursday and Friday. My office hours are always the same, right? If you want to come see me, every Friday I do open office hours from 8:30 to 10 a.m. And then the last Thursday of the month, which I probably won't do next week, but typically the last Thursday of the month from 6 to 7 p.m. I do office hours as well. And that's my Mayor's Corner this week. Merry Christmas. I hope everyone has a great holiday. Enjoy this time with friends and family around Newburyport. And I will see you all in 2024 on the Mayor's Corner.